Hello stock traders, in today's video I am coming to you with a fresh 7 stocks to give you an edge video. These are 7 stocks that should really help you to win in the coming weeks on the stock market. These are mid to long term holds. These are stocks that I have very high conviction in, and it should be fun to see how they're turning out. We have some new names on here. We also have some review of the last week that I'm going to cover. Anyway, let's get to it. Month to date, I am personally at a 3.07% gain. Hopefully all of you are having a great gain so far and are having a good start to the month of September. Looking forward to a great month. Personally, year to date, I am at a 166.16% gain. This is no guarantee of future results in any of my picks. I am not a financial advisor. However, I am a stock trader who's had a lot of success, and I follow stock trading strategies, and every stock that I recommend has a strategy behind it. And so there are some really good gems in this group. Looking forward to a great month, and hopefully all of you are starting it off right. But before we get going, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. If you want all of my buy and sell alerts, then our Patreon group is for you. We have a link in the description down below. I give out alerts on stocks I'm looking at, stocks I'm exiting. There's lots of different levels, and if you are interested in what I am buying and want to model your portfolio off of mine, and at least have the information knowing of which ones I'm going in and out of, then that Patreon group is something to take a look at. Okay, let's review this last week. Let's start with the insiders. So the insider swing play is my #1 strategy. It has been so successful for me over the last 5 years. And my average win rate has been a 70% win rate with an average gain per pick of 3% per pick. All right, so let's start by covering the ones that were sold, and all of these are covered in our Patreon group in our basic level. So basic, standard, and premium gets all of these alerts, and here we go. We start with VRAY, sold for a 1.55% gain. CRCT for a 0.38% gain. CYXT for a 1.39% gain, VAL for a 1.98% gain, CRMT sold for a 0.30% gain, SLQT sold for a 24.34% gain, and EOLS sold for a 15.84% loss. So 6 out of 7, that EOLS really hurt us. 85.71% win rate. That EOLS was the only loser. 2.01% average gain per pick. So pretty good, but usually it's a little bit better than this last week. I have some real winners that are currently in the queue and should be coming out soon with the sell point soon, but they still have so much more room to run. All right, so we have our PDUFA run-up strategy that is also covered in our basic room. Sold INCY for a 3.97% gain. MIRM sold for a 14.62% gain, and VRCA, boy, been a bag holder of that for a long time, sold for a 2.79% loss. Decided to part ways with it as it became overbought, and it seemed that it would have a pullback after its initial push that it had on Friday. So that's 2 out of 3 for a 66% win rate. Anyway, so far so good. All right, so let's get going and let's cover these top 7. We have some great stocks to cover, and we start with Chemocentrics, and here is the daily chart up here as you can see it going up here. This is a PDUFA run up strategy, so that does not mean to hold this through decision date. You will inevitably lose a lot of money if you constantly hold these PDUFA run-ups. They are run-ups. You run up to the date. Anyway, my price target for this is $25 prior to PDUFA approval. So that's what I'm hoping for. If certain factors present themselves where I think a big sell-off is coming, then I will sell early. $14.66 is my average. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 8.25%. There's lots of room to run. That's why I'm still talking about it. So even if you're not part of that Discord, this one should do really, really nicely. So they've had earnings out of the way, which is really good. And their PDUFA date is October 7th. So we have some time here to run up. And approval can happen early at any time. Why do I say that? Well, They had a previous PDUFA date and it got delayed, and you can see what happened here after their PDUFA date got delayed. It got all the way up to the 50s, which is way too high. Anyway, with that and moving downwards here and it being delayed, was a wonderful opportunity to get back in. I wish I would have got in earlier, but this one should be great for you and should be a great run up. We have a MACD Golden Cross here. We're not overbought by any means. We're having a little bit of negative. We're having a little bit of a pullback right now, but I do expect that to turn around and move back upwards here soon. Okay, number 6. Number 6 is an insider swing play, and this has been fantastic since calling it out, but this is Krispy Kreme, ticker symbol DNUT. And if you were watching last week's video, you got in on this, or this has been one that's been called out over a couple of weeks ago. My price target for this is $17.50. My average in it's $14.57. Since calling this out, it is up 10.63%. Okay, so we've had a lot of insider activity. It really continues. There's been lots and lots of insider purchases. I am expecting that to continue until it stops. I'm not really a seller. I know we did have this move down here, and now it's becoming a really good value again. But we have a MACD Golden Cross. I think once we get to Tuesday that this one starts to continue to move upwards, especially with all that insider activity as it continues to go. I think that this one will increase by much, much more. So it's just getting started, and especially as that insider activity continues to go in. Okay, number 5, and this has been on the list a long time, and so have a couple of people in my group that are like, when are we selling this thing? Well, it's going to continue upwards. My price target on this is $30. This is BKR, ticker symbol BKR. This is Baker Hughes. My average in it's $21.05. Since calling this out, it is up 10.02%. This was called out in our premium room. This is a buyback strategy stock that is really, really doing well. They announced a $2 billion buyback here back at earnings, and you can see what it's done since then. It's really kind of performed pretty well. And looking for a lot more. I really think this one will continue to move upwards as that $2 billion of buyback starts to happen and as the board purchases back those shares. This is a great value for shareholders and expecting it to move upwards. Number 4, I think this is going to go crazy, especially on Tuesday. And I have been talking about this a long time. And so if you are needing to enter now, it's going to be very expensive on Tuesday morning when you see this video. And so this is Bitfarm, ticker symbol BITF. This is part of my golden strategy. My price target for this is $20 a share. I jumped on this at $6.04, but originally got in on it at $4. Rode this up and made over 80% gain, and just about everyone who watches these videos would have been able to pick up on that. It was a very easy move and a very easy trade, and as Bitcoin became more expensive, but they had an offering, and so then I saw it come back down, and now it's moving back up again, and I expect on Tuesday this is going to be through the roof. My average in at 604. Since calling this out is up 5.60%. This is the second time around. Already made 81%. So going in it again. Bitcoin is breaking out right now as this weekend as I'm making this video. So I'm expecting this to move. And this particular stock is the best hash rate to market cap by far. This is much better than Mara and Riot, even though those two get a lot more attention. It's better than HUT in my opinion because of the hash rate versus market cap. So this one has a lot of pop in it, and I'm expecting it to really, really move. If you're able to get in it, I would say around $6.50. This should be a really nice move all the way to $20. I do expect Bitcoin to break out to new all-time highs before the end of the year. This is going to be a great stock. Okay, we go to number 3, and this is CRYCUT, ticker symbol CRCT. I know I sold it. I sold it for a small gain this last week, but the insider activity just continues, and so I can't turn my back on it. So I made the call out again, saying that I'm going to go back in because the insiders are continuing to load. This insider activity is very, very heavy, and this is Colin Moran, 10% owner, and he is loading each and every day. This is big amounts of money. He has a ton of conviction in this stock. My price target for this is $40 a share. My average in it's $28.85 going in at the second time, and since calling this out, it is up 6.17%. Has so much more room to go. As you can see, it could easily get back to original. There's resistance here at 37. I could see it passing through that and even getting up to around the 40 range. You can see there's more resistance here. Moving upwards, we have very positive on the MACD, and also the RSI has positive momentum. There's a lot going for the stock. The price action should continue to move upwards to, I think that this one is going to do very well. I think it's going to hit $40 a share, and it's currently at $30.63. Okay, number 2, we go to RE Automotive, ticker symbol REE. This is a fantastic value, and this is an insider swing play. This one is brand new to the list. My price target for this is $9 a share. There's huge upside here. My average in it's $5.65. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 2.14%. Two different officers loaded shares at $5.81 and $5.87 because it became such a fantastic value. Massive dumping here with everything going on, and they snatched up shares, millions and millions and millions of shares, or millions of dollars worth of shares, excuse me. And so this one is way oversold, which means that it's gone too far. This is a great value. I believe this stock is going to move up, and it's going to be a fantastic move this next week. This is the perfect time to jump on, especially if you can catch on it. If it happens to be down in pre-market on Tuesday, this would be a great one to get into. This is an oversold value insider, and these have done very, very well for me, and I think it will do well for you. This stock should really, really move upwards. Okay, number 1, I know it's boring. I know it was number 1 last week, but what do you do when a stock is just on absolute fire? There is no reason this wouldn't continue. This deserves the number 1 spot. This stock is worthy of your money and worthy of your investment. This is MYOV Sciences, ticker symbol MYOV. This is an insider swing play. My price target for it is $35 a share. I think it's going to get there rather soon, and let me explain why. My average in it is $21 and a penny. And since calling this out on this channel, I believe I called this out originally on YouTube. This is up 27.32%. And Chemotherapy, their parent company, continues to load shares each and every day. This one has a long history of Chemotherapy loading shares and it moving upwards, and then them getting positive phase data. They always load before positive phase data release. Then there's a surprise phase data release, and everyone's just like, this is happening every year. Last year it was down around $5 a share, and I rode it all the way to 20. I expect this year to be even more powerful. Chemotherapy is, or just as powerful. Chemotherapy is loading like crazy, and literally it's happening every day. And that is what is driving this price upwards. It doesn't matter. They just keep loading, and it keeps pushing the price upwards and doing very, very well with this. But this could be a big gainer for us, and I think this is one you can still make money on. And the reason is because they continue to report insider activity. So if you didn't listen to me before on these earlier videos, I think I started talking about Chemotherapy about a month ago. If you didn't listen to me when it was down here right around 20, and when I started talking about it, I still think it's, there's room to run, and if they report positive phase data or anything in any of the drugs in their pipeline, which Chemotherapy has a history of loading up before that happens, then this will continue to move upwards in there. So there's still just so much upside. All right, looking forward to a great week, a short week this next week. Wishing you all the best on the stock market. Hopefully I have helped you and you have made money on these different picks. That is my overall goal. That's what I'm trying to do. And I wish you all the best, and Raythoven out.